They are not inserted into the flower. They should be exerted because a bird as such cannot enter into the flower. Okay, they need to be exerted. The stamens and pistils need to be exerted so that they can easily be pollinated by the birds. Okay, बर्ड्स अंदर की ओर नहीं जा सकते हैं. अगर स्टेम्स और पिस्टल्स अंदर की ओर होंगे तो पॉलिनेशन नहीं हो जाएगी. दैट इज वाई दे आर एक्सर्टेड. नाउ चीरोप्टेरोफिली, it is cross pollination performed by the help of bats. The bats are nocturnal and tropical pollinators. They are nocturnal, it means they cause pollination during nights and they are found in tropical areas. And these bats, they can fly swiftly and transport the pollen to long distances. They are known to transport pollen grains to long distances. In some cases, it has been found that the bats, they transport pollen grains to more than 30 kilometers, over 30 kilometers. Okay, they can disperse the pollen grains over 30-kilometer distances. Now the characteristics of Cheiropterophilus flowers. The first one is the flowers are large sized, they are dull colored and have strong scents. This is very much important. They are dull colored because the bats, they usually they cause pollination during nights. As such, there is no need to produce colors. And these flowers, they have strong scents. Okay, and these strong scents, they attract the bats. The flowers, they produce abundant quantities of pollen and secrete more nectar than Ornithophilus flowers. The demand of nectar is more in case of Cheiropterophilus flowers than Ornithophilus flowers because bats, they require more nectar as compared to birds. The flowers are borne singly or in clusters on long stalks quite away from the branches and foliage. This is another feature. The flowers, they are either borne singly or in clusters in the form of inflorescences so that they can easily be detected by the birds. The flowers, they open only at or after dusk with anther almost at the same time. जो flowers होते हैं, they open only during nights after dusk. Okay, and the anthers, they also dehisce during night time. The plants which are pollinated by bats include Kigillaria pinnata, which is also known as sausage tree, Adansonia digitata, baobab tree or monkey beard tree, Macuna gigantea, Bahunia megalendra, Anthocephalus, which is also known as kadam tree. So these are some important examples of trees which are pollinated by bats. Now, Malacophily. What is Malacophily? Cross pollination which is performed with the help of snails. This is known as Malacophily. Why snails visit flowers? They visit flowers for shelter purposes, and for gaining the shelter, they unintentionally cause pollination of flowers. So the simple term Malacophily means pollination, cross pollination mediated by snails. And snails, they visit the flowers for shelter and unintentionally they cause pollination. Some of the plants which are pollinated by snails include Erythema, which is also known as snake or cobra plant, and arum lily. Here this is the Erythema. It is flowers. They resemble the cobra. They are having the shape of cobra. That is why this plant is known as snake or cobra plant. Okay. Then there are some other important terms related to cross pollination. One The first one is Phalinophily. Phalinophily, okay? It is cross pollination performed through the help of moths. This is very much important. You have to remember all such terms. Phalinophily means cross pollination with the help of moths, and the examples include evening primrose, Ornithophily, okay, it is a plant which is pollinated by moths, Nicotiana, honeysuckle, and verbena. These are the plants which are pollinated by moths. And moth pollination, you know, it is known as Phalinophily. Now, Phycophily. It is cross pollination which is performed with the help of butterflies. Okay, so the cross pollination performed by butterflies is technically named as Phycophily. Now, Melitophily or Hymenopterophily. Melitophily or Hymenopterophily. It is cross pollination performed with the help of bees. The pollination caused by bees is known as Melitophily or Hymenopterophily. And finally, another important term related to cross pollination is Anthophily. It is the controlled pollination or hand pollination which is performed by humans. Example is date palm. In date palm, generally the male inflorescences are taken from the male flowers. Their pollen grains are dusted on the female flowers of the date palm, okay? And this way of causing the cross pollination, this is known as Anthophily, okay? Because humans are mediating this type of pollination. Antho means humans, okay? Humans mediate this type of pollination, that's why this is known as Anthophily. So this was all about the different types of cross pollination. In the next part, we have to deal with the advantages and disadvantages of first self pollination and then cross pollination. Okay, see you soon. Stay blessed and take care of yourself.